Hello everyone, it's Debbie again, and I thought I would bring y'all along with me on doing a tutorial. Um, I was working on trying to make a hat for my granddaughter when I had made these mittens out of this yarn, and I had some more left over, so I said, well, I'll try and make her a hat. So I was trying to make it from the top down, which I had always made all my hats that way when I looked at tutorials. But this one seemed to want to like have a nipple on the top. And I didn't like the way it was coming out. So I thought, I would make it from the brim up. So this hat is made from the brim up. Try not to move the camera too much, but I'm trying to get y'all to see it. And then my granddaughter wasn't here, so I was afraid to cut it. And then, without thinking, I just cut it and started finishing it, and got lucky. It fits her. So my granddaughter is almost 11 months old, so this hat will probably fit 9 to 12 months. Would be about the size of it. So since I don't know how to put two videos together yet, what I'm going to do is show you how to make this part of the hat, the brim part. And then in a second video, I will show y'all how to do this top part. Now, we worked from the inside. And this is cute this way, but I just like these little ridges that it made on there. So give it a little decoration. All right, so today we're going to work on how to make the brim right here, this part right here. So I made this with this Ferris wheel. It's a Ferris wheel. It is 270 yards, 247 meters, 3 ounces, 85 grams. It is a 4-weight, and they recommend a 5mm hook, and the colorway is cherry on top. So, and it's 100% acrylic. I know that says that somewhere, right there. So, it's got a very nice colorway. So, and I used this 4.5mm hook. So, and it came out really nice, and like I said, it fits my granddaughter, and she's almost 11 months, so probably like a 9 to 12 month size. So, and I think if you just used a bigger hook or a smaller hook, you would get the size that you need. So, this is what I did. I started with, your slip knot. It's really hard to do this in the camera. Get that in there. I'm just not gonna make the whole hat, but I'm gonna show y'all what I did and how to make this ribbing here. And you just go around, if I remember correctly, I did like 50 or 52 rows of this, and I made it the size that I thought would fit her, because like I said, she wasn't here. So if you have the person in front of you or near you, you can measure the circumference of their head, and find out how many rows like this you might need to go. So you measure their head, and then you measure this as you're going along to figure out how big around you want this brim to be. And then from there, once we get that done, I'll do a second video on how to do these little ridges right here and finish up the hat. So, okay, so we got a slip knot on our hook, and we're going to chain 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I don't need a count, huh? 7, 8, 9. So we chain 9, and that gives you this little chain here. And so we're going to not work in the first chain from the hook, so that one, and we're going to work a single crochet in this second chain from the hook. So go ahead and, single crochet. So we're going to go right in here. Am I skipping too many? Okay, right here. So one, it should give you 8 single crochets across. 2. Now, I like doing things with a lot of texture, and that's why I got those ridges on the hat. Just didn't do simple double crochets. I did the front post double crochets. So 3, but I will show that in the next video. 4, a little bit more yarn here. 5, 6. It's always hard to do. That first row is always kind of hard to get going. 7. Sorry, my nose was itching. 8. Okay, so we got 8 single crochets in our first row. So this is what you're gonna have. If you count across, you'll have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so then you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna turn your work. So in the first, and sometimes it's a little hard to find, so make sure you don't miss any, because if you miss one, you'll have a decrease on your thing, and your edges won't be straight. So what we're doing, oops, that's hard to do in this camera. Okay, I'm watching through the camera. It's a little difficult. So we're going to go, if you look at the top, you got those two loops. So we're going to go in the back loop only. We're still doing single crochets. So I'm going to go in this back loop. If I can get it. I had it in there and then I took it out. Okay, so back loop. So, and we're going to do 8 single crochets across again in the back loops only. Make sure you get that back loop, because the back loop is going to give you that ridge on that brim of the hat. So, and if you like that ridge, this is how you get it. So we're going to go in the back loop only. And in the back loop, this one. So we're going to go 8 single crochets back across in that back loop. And I will show you what it looks like when we get to the other end. My dog really wants to go outside. She's sitting there looking at me like, are you going to come let me out, or am I just going to stand here? and wait. She'll be all right. Okay, yarn. Ooh, we got some yarn barf here. Okay. So, and then we're going to go into this last one here. Sometimes those stitches are hard to catch. Oops. Wait, did I miscount? I may have miscounted. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got 8. I'm trying to put an extra stitch. That would be bad. Now, if you look from this top angle, you can see that little ridge. And that's what these are on the hat. It's that little ridge right there. So that's what's going to give you that ridgy look right there. So you're going to chain 1. And then we're going to go into that back loop again. Same thing all the way around. Well, I lost 2, 3. Yeah, I really, I was just like, oh, I want to try and make this hat, and I don't want to follow nobody's pattern, So I was like, okay, let me just give it a try. And I was proud of myself. Okay. I'm just going to do a few rows for y'all. Just enough to kind of get y'all going and get the length long enough for me to show you what to do with it once you are done making this. Can't wait to learn how to add videos together so that I can do them and like pause, because I'm doing this on my phone and I don't know how to pause a video. I don't think you can, as far as I know, from the iPhone. But that's what you're going to do. You're going to go in that back loop. Single crochet in that back loop all the way across. Get to the end. Do your chain 1 and turn. And then continue doing in that back loop. So I'm going to do a few more rows. What I did was I made sure I ended on an odd number, so that when I sewed it together, I was on the top of it and not at the bottom. Can't tell I have 2 kids in this house, a 5-year-old and a 10-month-old. It's awfully quiet in here right now. So, I have spoke too soon. Eleanor's moving. Let me see this. Okay, sorry, I was having trouble seeing it through the camera. So I kind of went around the camera so I could see. Okay. So we're just going to keep doing this. I'm going to do you a couple more rows. And when you get to the length you want it to be, whew, it's getting a little blurry there. Right there. Oh, God, too much. Okay. So, I got this little ball of yarn barf here, trying to work through. So, and the granddaughter's back. It's really hard doing watching through the camera. I try not to watch through the camera because it gets a little tricky. So what I did, This is definitely not long enough to show y'all. But when I stopped, I made sure I stopped where I'm on the same edge as this. So when you folded it in half to stitch it together, I was able to, let me show you. I was able to just go right in here, and then we're going to slip stitch. So you want to get this, do this, you do this as many rows as you need to get it the size that you want it to fit. Like I said, I think I did 51 rows on this. So you're going to end on an odd number to make the end of this where you started be on the same end of where you're at, so that when you slip stitch it together, oof, I'll show you what I mean. So when you slip stitch it together all the way up the edge, sorry, I'm getting a little drunk watching through the camera here. Whew. Maybe if I look down here, I could do it a little better. Oops, I missed the front half of it. And like I said, you're going to have 50-something rows or so. And you're just going to slip stitch all the way across the side. Okay, so that way, when you slip stitch all the way up the side like this, when you have all your rows, of course, you know, no one's gonna have a head this small, not even a newborn. That way you're on this end and not this end where the chain is. So you want to be on this end of the hat. And that way, when you're going to go in here and you're going to stitch, you're going to be able to stitch better and easier. Okay, so my dog's making noise. So you're going to go ahead and do all of that. Now this is going to be a part 1 of the video, because like I said, I don't know how to add 2 videos together and can't pause this on my phone. So you're going to do, like I said, about 51 rows all the way around on the hat, and that way you'll have a normal hat, and then you just slip stitch this in together, and then when you get this made, I will make another video showing you how to do this part. This part is fairly easy, and I mean, you can figure I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, and then I think that's when I started the decrease, either on, I think I started the decrease on this row. So yeah, so I'll come back with a part 2. I'm going to get this made up to a normal size so that I can show y'all what I did on here. But it's going to take me too long to just sit here and do it on the video. So, so yeah, I'll come out with a part 2. I'll get this part made, and then I'll put out a part 2 showing you how to do the rest of the hat. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe so you can get all the videos, and you can get the second part. You'll get a notification when I put up the second part for the hat. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all make this hat. I hope it fits someone. You can even make it to fit yourself if you make it big enough. Yeah, go ahead and make the brim, and have it ready. And that way when I come up with the second part, you'll be ready to start on that. All right, I hope y'all have a great day. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to know whenever I put out a new video. All right, y'all have a great one. Bye.